Everyone, Paul here. Today I'm going to be going over one of my best strategies today. I'm going to be going over all the main things that the average person trades. Today I'm going to be going over the stock market. I'm going to show you how to set this up. Now, because you set this up, it has different ways you look at it, depending on what you're trading. I'll show you how to set it up today, but the thing you have to understand about this strategy is I do it on the hour. I only focus on the hour. Well, we'll be doing the stock market today, but I only focus on the hour because it gives the best results. So, and because we're dealing with the stock market here, and there's contracts and expirations, uh, I don't really focus on any smaller time frames. So this will work, but sometimes this will pop up. This strategy will pop up. Your signal to get in will pop up at the worst time. So it's always good to enter this trade. At least what I do is I enter this. I don't do. I do intraday. I try to do intraday, and I try to get in and out. And I don't. If the signal pops up like at the end of the market, I won't do it because I try to keep this intraday. I don't want this to stretch over into the next day. So you got to find this signal, because these are contracts. You got to find the signal somewhere in between after open and not near when it's closing. But anyway, I'm gonna show you how to set it up and how to look for good signals. There's two parts to this strategy. But it's very powerful, especially with the stock market. So we're going to be looking at a couple assets. I'll show you how to set it up and what I look for when I'm using this strategy. Okay, so for the first part here, you're going to need to set up your moving averages. There's going to be 3 moving averages at the top. You're going to set this up now. I don't usually use just the plain old moving averages. I mean, you can go up here to 3 smooth moving averages, and you can have all 3 of these in one. But I choose the CM EMA trend bars, and I click it 3 times. Why I do that is because it is color coded. So when it's bearish, it's red. When it's bullish, it's green, and I have it set up for that. And the settings, you want to do it 3 times. If you're doing the CM EMA trend bars, you're going to set it to 9, 90, and 95. Those are the settings. So you can use 3 smooth moving averages, but it won't be color coded. So I like having it color coded because it makes the strategy work better. And then you want to have your EMA difference here, and you want your EMA difference. Now this is actually called, it's called the difference of 2 moving averages, and you're going to set that to 9 and 20. So that's how you set the strategy up, and I do all my trades on the hour. So that's really how you set it up. Now there's 2 parts to the strategy. The first thing is you want to make sure you know what direction of the trend you are, what direction it is currently in, and the only way to know the current direction of where you are is you have to look for the cross. So you have to look for the cross between the 9, 90, 95. That is where you will know what current direction you're doing. So what happens here is, you want to focus on getting in that moment when it's crossing, but sometimes when it's in that moment of crossing, it's really going to a change of direction. So it's really, there's really a lot of volatility at that point when it's crossing, because it's basically shifting direction. So the moment you get in, if you got in like right here, you would notice that there's a lot of volatility at those crossing points. So it's basically shifting from down to up or up to down. So there's a lot of volatility in that moment. But that's what you need to look for. That's really when you need to get in to trade. But this strategy will also work without the cross. And what I like looking for is um, when it is crossing. I like good long trades. Long, like after the crossing, it has stayed in that position for a long time. Because this is when part two comes into the formula here. Since we know that it crossed here, and let's just say you missed this right here. Let's say you missed this entire run. So this is when we refer to the EMA difference, the 9 and the 20. So let's just say it is bullish, which it currently is. What you want to look for your next time to get in is when you don't ever get in your trade when it's a dark color. So if it's a dark green or a dark red, you do not get in those trades. You only focus on when it is either light green or light red. And that's kind of what I want to show you in this method here, because this, and doing it on the hour, because it helps show you all the moments of getting in. So basically, let's look at SPY here and see what happened. It crossed right here, and then it turned light green all the way up till here. So this was your scalp. This was your moment to get out. You could have traded this entire thing. Now, like I said, I trade intraday. I only do. I get in and out. I don't try to keep things longer than a day. But if you rode this out from, let's see, here to here, when it stops turning light green in the EMA difference, this is 4 days. So I personally would not have held it for 4 days. I would have only held it for 1. So that would only be from this moment here. That would only be this moment, and this is a $600 gain. Just this moment right here. It's up to you guys if you want to do it longer than a day, but I get in and out. I like, because it's a cash account, I don't get the gains until the next day, and I like having the gains the next day so I can move on, compound it, or do whatever I want with the gains. I could take the gains and I could buy some stocks and things like that. So I don't like holding these longer than a day. But that's just me. But for the sake of this video, I'm going to show you how much you would make if you did hold it from the cross point all the way up to where it doesn't turn light green anymore, which is right here. So this is a $4, not 4. This is almost about a 4-day wait, and you made a $12 difference in price. So if you wrote it out for 4 days and you got a contract for 4 days, you would have made $1,224. So here's the other big part to this strategy is, what do you do if you found the cross? It's a long the trade, the transition to being in the long period or short is going on for a long time, and you want to get in again. So you get in again every time it turns, like I was saying, you ignore all the times when it goes dark green or dark red, and you get in when it's light red or light green again. So I'm going to do it right here. This is the next moment to get in, was right here. If you rode this out till, this is 22 hours, you would have made $434. And all you really had to do was, because you identified the direction, and all you had to do was wait for the EMA difference to turn light green again. And that was your signal to get in again. So let's look at a couple other times here and show you how this works. Right here we got our cross. So you would have got in right here, and you would have rode this out till about here. So this is probably a small one. This isn't a long trade. This isn't a long trade, but you get in right here. and you ride it out till here. Yeah, this is a day. This is an intraday move. This is $627. It doesn't look like a big move, but this is $627 right there. So you're gonna find that you're gonna have all these moments where it's big ones and small ones, and on the small ones you're not gonna have another entry point. So that's why you gotta look for the crosses, but you're not gonna have a second entry point on the small ones. See right here it crosses. So you ride this one out. It's not gonna be a big one. It crosses right about here. You ride it out for a couple hours. This is small. This is only $100. So let's check out this one. This is the opposite direction here. This is doing a put. So we see the cross happening right here. This is your moment to get in, and if you look at your EMA difference, you can get out right about here. You can ride this for about 4 hours, and you'll be in profit. There's a bunch of big chunks here of good trade zones, like from here to here. This is about $232. You run that one, and then you just find out all the moments where it's light red. So you have another one like right here. Ride that one out from here to here. And that's $427. And then you have another one right here. Turns light red right here. Ride it from here to there. You have 5 hours and you made $666. You have another moment right here where it turns light red. And here to here, you have about $650. So that's how you do it. This is doing it with SPY. Let's look at some other stocks to see if this works just as well. Let's look at NVIDIA real quick. Let's just see if this works for any other stocks. So let's just focus here. So for NVIDIA right here, you see the cross happening right here, and you see it. It's green all the way here, so this is profit. There's really no big pullbacks with this one, so this entire thing is profit. But this is 3 days, and I personally do a day, so 1 day of this, dang. Yeah, 1 day of this is a $41 difference in price. I think that's a $4,000 move. Right here you see a cross, but it happens very briefly. It's only for a couple hours. This one is only 1 to 2 hours, so right about here is when you would get in. This is only 1 to 2 hours, here to here. This is still a $23 difference in price. NVIDIA, and the contracts are probably pretty expensive. So we have a cross up right here. You see the EMA difference is giving us the go because it's a light green. So right about here, you get in, you ride it out till about here. This is 3 hours. You would have made it to $24 difference in price. So that's some good profit right there. Let's see, the next time that it crossed was right here. You could ride it out for about right here. This is only a 2-hour trade right here. 1 hour actually. It's a $12 difference in price. You can get in right about here. Ride this one out. This is a intraday move here. This is a $32 difference in price. So if you can afford it, this will help with NVIDIA. It would actually, in my opinion, if you can afford those NVIDIA options. If you follow the strategy, you should make some pretty decent, because it really points all the good moments. Let's find some simple stocks. Let's do McDonald's here. I'm going to look at a couple. Now, McDonald's here probably wouldn't give you that much, but here's McDonald's right here at cross red. And you could actually come in right here to here. This is a 3-hour move. This is about a $400 move in 3 hours. And since it's crossed, we're in a put, so we can come in again right any of this time right here. Come in anywhere. This is a 2-hour move. This is about a 2-hour move. He still made $100. Come in right about here. Let's ride that one. This one's an intraday move. It's about $236 right there. Now, make sure you have your consolidation zone on here. You do not want to get in a trade when it's consolidating. And you can see right there that these moments are consolidating. You don't want to do trades when it's consolidating. Let's just do this one right here. We can see it crossed up for a call. And you can ride this one out. Right about here. Ride that one out. Well, that's 3 days. Okay, that's about 1 hour. That's still $100. This is the end of a market, so I probably would stay away from this zone. Anything that's reaching the end of the market, I don't get involved with. But that would have been a good trade if it wasn't the end of the day or start of a new one. Let's look real quickly at... we have our put signal right here. And you could just write it out from here to here. This is a $13 difference in price, so you would have made $1,000 on that move. Around $1,000. So anyway, this really works well. The whole point of this strategy... Now, the whole point of the strategy is you can really... If you missed the cross, the next thing you want to focus on is if it's a long process of when it's crossing, you want to focus, the next time you want to focus on getting in your trade is when the EMA difference goes into that color. So if it's a call here, you want to focus on light green. If it's a put, you want to focus on light red. And this will tell you the moments to come back in, and usually it will show you the good moments to come back in. Not only will it show you the good moments to come back in, you can usually find a lot of good trading moments when you find these moments. So the strategy works really well for the stock market. The whole point here is I don't do smaller time frames with this because you have to look at the charts more. And when you focus on doing it on the hour, you really find all those good moments of getting in. You're not glued to the you're not glued to the screen and watching charts. All you really need to do to pay attention to for the strategy is the cross. And if you miss the cross, you look at the EMA difference, and when it's light red or light green, it's usually a pretty good moment to get in a trade. I do not get in a trade longer than a day. That's just me. And I don't get in a trade when it's near the end of the market, because I don't want the trade to actually lead into another day, because anything could happen. So anyway, that's how I do this strategy with the stock market. It works really well for the stock market. Anyway, if you guys like this video, make sure you hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and I'll see you guys for future videos.